Welcome to Satan is My Superhero. In this episode, we continue our mini-series about the Exorcist movie and delve into the nonsense performance art that inspired it, Catholic exorcism.
In the name of Christ, I call you out of this body, demon!
In the name of who?
Christ! I call the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ! You know the rules!
It's just that I think you said Bryce.
You know what I said, demon! Get out!
Okay, I'll go this time. But I swear you said Bryce.
In 1999, the Vatican issued official exorcism guidelines to be followed by the clergy.
No touching the children. Why do we always have to make this rule number one?
The Vatican's guidelines maintain a thorough psychological examination of the possessed person should be carried out first.
Still no touching.
All scientific explanations should be explored before pulling the demon card. The modern church concedes most possessions are not possessions at all, but mental illness.
Yeah, but believing in an invisible sky fairy persecuting the nasty bitches from high school in an eternal lake of fire is a mental health issue. So where do you draw the line with this stuff?
This new and more scientific approach finally came after many years of controversial cases going horribly wrong.
What did we say about touching the children?
William Peter Blatty based his novel The Exorcist on one of those real-life exorcisms that had made the news in previous years.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, just when you thought Christians couldn't get any sillier.
In 1912, a Catholic priest performed an exorcism on an Emma Schmidt. 16 years later, she presented to him again with the same problem.
Guess who's back? Back again. Emma's back. Tell a friend.
This time, the priest performed a 2-week-long exorcism on her in a convent in Iowa.
Okay, I'll stop possessing the girl. Jeez. You didn't have to bring me to Iowa.
While in the convent, Emma displayed fits of rage, levitation, and vomiting what they thought were tobacco leaves. And she also spoke in tongues.
Iowa Sugit. Iowa Sheeb. Iowa Kenyanya. I believe she's speaking Latin, German, and Swahili.
What's she saying?
Iowa sucks.
It turned out her auntie had cursed her way back when she was 12 for not wanting to have sex with her own father.
Gross!
At least 80% of people requesting exorcisms are actually victims of sexual abuse, according to modern-day exorcist Father Gary Thomas.
Father Gary Thomas was the inspiration for the Anthony Hopkins film, The Rite. I'm telling you this so we can make an Anthony Hopkins joke now instead of one about sexual abuse.
A demon once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
See how much less offensive that cannibal joke was? Comedy 101.
Blatty is also said to have drawn inspiration for The Exorcist from a famous 1949 exorcism in Missouri known as the Exorcism of Roland.
I've made a terrible mistake. Send me back to Iowa.
Just like the character Reagan in The Exorcist, Roland had also become possessed after using a Ouija board.
Woo-hoo! Should I marry Peggy Sue? Ouija board? You're so naughty.
Just like Emma, Roland spoke in tongues.
TMO Peggy Sue. Ich lieb dich, Peggy Sue. Nu kapenda Peggy Sue.
I believe he is speaking Latin, German, and Swahili.
What's he saying?
You don't want to know.
But in Roland's case, there were also strange occurrences in the house, like furniture mysteriously moving.
Ow! Who moved the goddamn coffee table?
It was a demon. Yeah, that's it. It was a demon.
For the most part, these two cases above are the only ones that get name-checked for inspiration for The Exorcist. But there was another famous Catholic exorcism from the 20th century that I think is just as relevant.
On the 14th of June, 1946, I pulled a demon out of Mary Ann Trump.
In 1906 in South Africa, an orphan by the name of Clara Germana Cele had to be valiantly rescued from demons by Father Erasmus Horner.
Erasmus Horner. Now there's a name you're unlikely to ever hear again.
Erasmus means beloved. So anyway, in confession, the 16-year-old Clara told the father beloved Boner, in confidence, she had made a deal with the devil.
When you say confidence, you mean under the sanctity of confession, an oath sworn between Father Beloved Boner and the almighty creator God of the entire universe. An oath that, if broken, could crack open the illusion of existence and self. An oath so powerful Catholic priests can never even report child abuse when they've heard about it. And we all know just how hard Christians hate child abuse.
Oh dear Lord, please, 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 can you make it possible for me to report the many child abuses my financial well-being relies on?
Okay, report them.
Wait, what?
I've heard your prayer and I agree.
No, but
My church should not be the most obvious haven for paedophiles.
I wasn't actually.
My name shouldn't shine like a massive beacon on a hill, drawing them in from everywhere.
Hey guys, Jesus is trying to ruin religion. Again.
Well, sometime after the totally not confidential confession, Clara ripped all her clothes off and growled like a demon and said,
Sister, please call Father Erasmus. I must confess and tell everything. But quick, quick, or Satan will kill me. He has me in his power. Nothing is blessed with me. I've thrown away all the medals you gave me.
I think that last line gives the whole game away. You imagine one of our kids having to tell us they'd done the wrong thing.
Mum, Dad, please call Father Beloved Boner. I must confess and tell him everything. But quick, quick, or Satan will kill me. He has me in his power. Nothing is blessed with me. Oh, by the way, I've thrown away all of the Beanie Babies you told me would be worth something someday. But the Satan thing is probably where we should be focusing most of our attention right now. Just saying.
A nun who had allegedly been an eyewitness to it all wrote with a suspiciously incredible gift for prose, "No animal had ever made such sounds. Neither the lions of East Africa nor the angry bulls. At times, it sounded like a veritable herd of wild beasts, orchestrated by Satan, had formed a hellish choir."
Hell actually has a choir, you know. It's made up entirely of cats. If you're imagining how bad that sounds, you're not even halfway there. We don't call it eternal conscious suffering for nothing.
Over the following weeks, Clara would lash out violently at all and any religious paraphernalia.
Get the beloved Boner out of my face!
Alleged eyewitnesses claimed that Clara displayed clairvoyant abilities, exposing things in people's personal lives that she couldn't possibly have known.
Sister Mary, you've been sexually abused by men of the cloth your whole life, haven't you?
Oh, my lord! How did you know that? It's a miracle!
It's just statistically a certainty.
Miracle? And proof of the Lord's love?
Definitely not.
Tomato. She spoke in languages she was never taught.
Booba blah blah kooky booky wooby dooby dooby doo.
What was that?
Just a language I made. I mean, a language I was never taught.
What does it mean?
No one knows and never will.
Wow, that's so mysterious.
Yes, that's it. It's mysterious.
Clara had superhuman strength. Hey, who broke my favourite picture frame?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. It's the super strength. Once again, I think we should remain focused on the demon possession and not getting distracted by breakages.
And Clara levitated above her bed.
Have we seriously considered the idea Clara might have been bitten by a radioactive spider?
Perhaps we should consider that this story is made up by someone who makes their living pretending that Jesus' magic is real.
Wash your mouth out. We haven't made over 100 episodes of this show to finally admit now that every question you have about religion can be answered with, they made it up.
So anyway, Father Erasmus Horner,
Father Beloved Boner.
Yes, the beloved Boner needed help with the exorcism of orphan teenaged Clara Germana Cele, and he called in his sidekick, Reverend Mansweaty.
Man Sweaty? Are you making these names up?
It all got very violent, with Clara trying to strangle one of the priests at one point.
From this distance, it's hard to see who deserved choking more, beloved Boner or Man Sweaty.
I had no choice.
What are you doing? Trust him! Trust him!
Oh, we understand, don't we, Satan? He had no choice.
I'm just trying to help.
We don't need any of your help.
If you know, you know.
If you know that reference, you have finally found your podcast. Check out the Patreon.
Go to patreon.com/Satan is my superhero.
Eventually, after much choking, a deal was struck with the demon and...
Wait, what? A deal was made? What kind of deal does one make with a demon?
I think more to the point, what kind of deal does one make with a 16-year-old who has seen right through all your bullshit and turned it back on you?
And Clara will be going to Tiffany's party on Saturday.
Yes, so some kind of deal was made and in front of 170 people.
There was an audience?
Yes.
And the number 170 totally doesn't sound like a made-up number at all.
Well, what would you say if I told you that this 170 people then saw Clara levitate 5 feet in the air while the evil entity departed her body?
I would say you have confirmed my suspicion that the 170 is a made-up number.
Is that the truth, or did you hear it from a Christian?
Regardless of the suspicion we may have, 1 year later, 17-year-old Clara made another pact with the devil and they did the whole thing again.
This time hoping to sell more tickets.
But doesn't that story have more elements of The Exorcist than the two that Blatty mentioned?
Oh, totally. And even though I already know the answer, I'll ask the question for the sake of the segue. Did the Catholic Church learn from any of this?
Oh, heavens no. In 1975, a Catholic woman in Germany by the name of Anneliese Michel had been diagnosed with epileptic psychosis and hospitalized for visual and auditory hallucinations.
Everywhere I look, I see images of the Christ and his angels.
We're in a church. Her family thought,
what would the experts know?
And decided it was demonic possession.
I'm afraid Anneliese is very sick.
Speak English, Doc. We ain't scientists.
Once again, if you get that reference, this is your place.
Sign up to the Patreon. It's good for the soul.
Anneliese was then tortured with 70 exorcisms over 10 months.
If at first you don't succeed, try 70 times again.
Poor Anneliese finally died of starvation. Her family and the clergy involved were convicted of manslaughter. This story is the inspiration behind the 2005 film...
Oh. Let me guess. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at this. 2005 film, wretched girl, horrific, grueling possession. I've got it. Herbie Fully Loaded.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That would have been my next guess.
So you can see why the Catholic Church have tried to regulate exorcism. As recently as 2014, the Vatican ratified the International Association of Exorcists.
Welcome to the first meeting of the International Association of Exorcists. First order of business, no touching the children. Why is everyone leaving?
And while we're on the subject of the International Association of Exorcists, its founder, Father Gabriel Amorth, was the Vatican's chief exorcist, and he said The Exorcist is his favourite film.
I give it 4 out of 5 choir boys.
Coincidentally, The Exorcist director William Friedkin made a documentary called The Devil and Father Amorth, starring none other than Father Amorth.
You want to make a film about little old me? I couldn't possibly... Oh, okay then. This is my best side.
More recently, a fictionalized version of Father Amorth was played by Russell Crowe in the 2023 film The Pope's Exorcist. I thought you were going to guess again.
At my signal, unleash hell.
In that film, Crow portrays an offbeat, kind of kooky priest with some extreme views, which is not a bad description of exorcists. Father Amorth did say stuff like,
"Practicing yoga is satanic, at least to evil, just like reading Harry Potter."
When he made that statement, I think we all took that to mean, like yoga, reading Harry Potter was a pathway to evil. But in a post-J.K. Rowling getting a Twitter account world, maybe Harry Potter is the evil that Amorth was talking about. Settle down, children. This is your new teacher of the dark arts, Professor Transphobius Turf.
What can we take away from all this LARPing outside the designated weekend madness?
Exorcism is how very primitive peoples deal with mental health issues. For example, in 1763, in what we would now call New Mexico, an exorcism was performed on Maria Trujillo, who just couldn't get happy after giving birth to her child.
Sounds like a classic case of postpartum demon possession to me.
Yes, putting aside your hilarious pun.
Thank you for saying it was hilarious.
That was sarcasm, dummy.
Maria was most certainly suffering from postpartum depression. The local Spanish missionary, Juan Toledo, wrote that Maria
could not be amused by the diversion of the fiesta.
If failing to be amused by the diversions of the fiesta are an indication of demon possession, then I've been possessed my whole life. And that's why Satan is my superhero.
Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, all that podcast stuff. But most of all, please give us money.
Go to patreon.com/Satan is my superhero.
If you join our Patreon at the Third Circle of Hell, you'll receive access to exclusive content like this.
No, posting racist MAGA stuff on Facebook is probably not demon possession. It just means your dad is a boomer.
I went to McDonald's today, very hamburgery, and fries on the side, which I wasn't expecting.
I'm going to try to be as wide as possible.
What I found with names, it helps if you go into the accent.
No, it does not.
That's the best way.
I think I'm going to stay away from the German accent.
So just think...
Also, I don't want to make fun and fuck with people who are victims.
Again, she's long dead.
She was only 1975. Okay.
People back then were smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Of course she's dead.
We recommend you do what we're all doing. Wait for him to die.
Gabriel Amorth.
See, the accent helps.
No.